so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hi, folks. Welcome live tonight here. Sim Racing Unleashed tonight. And these guys are about to unleash here on Daytona International Speedway. Going to be a good one. Got a good field here, too. As real quick, we'll bring up the grid order here as these guys are getting set. Man, look at this. Corey, 34 cars. Boy, it ought to be a good one here in these cup rides.
Yeah, hopefully it's a good, clean race. 100 circuits around this 2.5 mile high bank down here in Daytona.
Man, yeah, I tell you what, and yeah, we appreciate everybody tuning in out there. Those likes and shares. I know the guys out there definitely will appreciate it from the league, man. I tell you what, Daytona, I don't know. It usually kicks off the season, and I always say all things, the whole thing and all things racing starts here. You got 24 hours, Daytona 500. It's kind of the epicenter of racing.
Yeah, definitely is the epic center of racing. I mean, I think even like early season of Supercross races at the Tri-Oval area.
Yeah, okay. Nice. Yeah, they got the, the 24 hours of Daytona, which actually should be coming up here pretty soon. That'll be kind of cool. And then obviously Daytona is going to start maybe next month. That'll be a good one there. Going on. What's up, Steven? I got Angel, Wyron. A lot of guys, Logan out there. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Go 81. Start off with a victory. Yeah. Well, the one thing about Daytona, and I know here, Corey, is we always call it like a wild card race. Anybody can win. I'm not saying that qualifying is not important, but boy, I've seen guys, win from front, middle, back, two or three laps down in the pits. Gonna be a crazy wild one.
Yeah, it's always the wild card races at Daytona and Talladega, but like qualifying, you kind of want to qualify all right for pit selection. You want to have a half decent pit box. You don't want one smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, true.
Or at least from my experience, anyways.
Well, it's been a while since I've run Daytona. I know you race a lot here on the iRacing circuit. I suppose there's probably a lot of people out there. Hey, I appreciate it there, Steve, man. I have a cool car. Sunglass. Says I have a cool car. Well, Angel, which one is your car? And we'll do a little close-up of it and check out, see what you got.
The car on the pole. Ain't you eating an Oreo right now, Joe?
No, not eating right now, man.
He was eating an Oreo. And that car right there in pole position, that's Steven stem
Oh,
time.
yeah. I was in one earlier before we started. Yeah, the Oreo machine. Steven, yeah. Yeah, he does have an Oreo. That's right. Yeah, we get a little close up of it. Yeah, he got milk and cookies out there, folks. And I tell you what, well, he's hoping he don't crush that thing make it crumble out there tonight, which could very much happen if you don't watch what you're doing here. As we're getting set, pace cars, bringing them around here, folks. We're getting set, Daytona International Speedway racing, Sim Racing Unleashed. I tell you, 100 laps, you got to pace yourself on this one. If not, you can get in trouble real quick. Pace cars in, green flags about to fly. We're racing at Daytona.
Go, good launch for Steven. Maybe not so good of a launch for the second row.
No, and like I said, you got guys that'll use different strategies. You go to the front, to the back, maybe stay out front. They think they're safer that way. As you already see a 2x2 freight train up front. That Oreo machine don't want to get too far out there because they'll just come shoot right on by you. That's the one thing about draft racing. Now, what I'm noticing right now here, Corey, is you see a couple cars look like what they're doing is they're going to kind of step back to the back. I think that's what those guys are doing.
There's a couple of dudes back there dropping to the tail of the field. It's one of the safe bets. It's a long race here, and well, you can still get caught up in a wreck starting in first too. But one of the ways of staying safe is either being up front in first or being in the back, about a second behind the pack.
Yeah, right now you can see, man, it's a good draft party up front right there. And what I was going to say earlier there, Corey, right now these guys have been very patient early on. I always call this kind of like textbook style drafting. You see they got about a hood or half a hood car between each other, not doing a lot of bump drafting early on. And the reason being is obviously you don't want to push the issue. You don't want to overheat the cars. You don't want to do anything like that. But still, right now, I'm noticing something. The cars are not going single file. They're still able to stay side by side locked up.
It's going to be like this for a good while at least. Could end up going single file, but the 34 cars out on the track, I think we could see double file all night long at least.
It could. I mean, if it goes green flag, though, obviously, and I know, green flag pit stops could split it up. Again, depending on how close they are. If they stay bunched up like this, definitely, who knows. But going back a little further back in the pack, you still got to go all the way back to 28th or so. They're still side by side.
They are, and they're doing a good job at it, too. Keeping it nice and clean. Nobody's really pushing the issue for a side draft, which halfway works on iRacing.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that one. Back here, about 34th place, got Nicholas Lubby right there. Looks like he's just trying to cruise just a little bit again. A little early to try to press the issue here. You got good battle going on around 23rd position or so. So just looking through the field, nice paint jobs as always. We'll get into talking about a lot of those throughout the night. See, they still storming off. Looks like the outside lane up front, or the inside lane's going to maybe take a little advantage right now.
You got about a 2.5 car advantage to sorts every so often. Every time they get to the straightaway, they get a 2.5 car length advantage over the outside groove, and then when they get to the corner, the high side kind of pulls almost neck to neck with the third place guy in line on the bottom.
It does. 82 machine right there. Russ, he's got that on the low line, but the high lane looks like it's trying to rumble back a little bit. But very, very good racing so far, and hats off to the guys that's still doing an outstanding job being very patient out here. Art, is that Art Mill? Now, I got to ask, because I know Steven was out there, and I know a lot of guys, and looks like we had a car. I thought we had a car to drop off. But you can already see pretty much the whole pack. You got two cars back there that's lost the draft, though.
Yeah, you don't really want to lose the draft like that. Not here.
Oh, no. That's Cedric Hunter, man. I tell you what, good old Cedric Hunter in the number 11 machine. And I remember this car back in the day when I did another league, the Hello Kitty car. And right now, the man's got his cat trying to claw to the front. Cedric Hunter, he's right there in 9th place, looking good. Just slowly but surely trying to pick him up, put him down. But, boy, I tell you, that car stands out to kind of glow in the dark. But the Hello Kitty car, I remember that thing. I got a kick out of that one.
Okay, yeah, I ain't that old yet. I don't.
Yeah.
I,
Hello
this is
Kitty.
the first I've seen it.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen it, but I remember his paint job, and it was always funny. Man, I always used to say, hello, Kitty, and Cedric knows how to get it done on the track. He's right there battling around about 8th, 9th place spot, kind of definitely hooked up. I don't know who that is behind him, though. Wow, look at that one right there. That's a psychedelic Superman.
Oh, got taken out.
Which one?
The Superman that about got taken out.
Yeah, that's a nice looking, it's like puzzles on it. Whoever did that paint job, wow.
It's like a chrome puzzle. I think it's autism awareness of a Superman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it says on the back deck lid.
That's Brandon Hartwell, and he's getting a good bump draft by the 77 of Mark right there. See Hunter goes outside, but that's a nice looking paint job. So we'll get into more, looking at some paints later on here in the race. Just right now, good battle going on through. Still Steven, the man up front, hanging that freight train out there in the Oreo machine. Russ hanging out behind us. So the top about 4 guys are single file, but Cedric's trying to bring the outside lane to life.
It was single file for a hot second there. I don't know what happened to make them all go single file, but here we go. We got 4 of them making it, trying to reform that high side again with Cedric leading that little group.
Yes, it is. He's got Superman pushing him there, so you got a Super Kitty coming to the front right now. As you got 4 cars high and about a whole list of them low. Look at Cedric power that Mustang to the front. He's going to just rush it up there and see if he can give it. The Kitty wants some milk. That's what it is.
The Kitty does want some milk and Oreos.
In line, he's after that cookie car boy right now, and I tell you what, he is trying to take the lead up front there. Coming to the line, going to be a drag race in the trial. Still looks like Steven was able to hold on to that one.
Yeah, Oreo car led lap number 9, but here comes Cedric. He's done past him going into turn number 1. Coming out of turn 2, it's going to be Steven with the bumper to the back end. He's going to get him drag race down to the back stretch.
Yes, it is. But now old Cedric's got him a whole freight train up top, down low, about dead even between the two. Looks like the high lane there. Let's see if Cedric leaves his dancing partner. A lot of guys do that when they get out front. And folks, I tell you what, appreciate everybody tuning in. We're here, Daytona live tonight here with Simracing Unleashed. Looks like again Steven's going to get that run out of turn 4, but look, folks, as you can already tell, man, we love having fun here on the broadcast. Not one of these NBC's Fox robotic style deals here on iRacing. We're going to have fun, and we hope you appreciate it. Right now, man, Cedric Hunter's trying. I don't know if the high lane's got enough. It's just got enough oomph to get up there and take it. Good side draft, though. Look at that.
Ooh, I think there was a little contact. They didn't hang on to her.
Oh, yeah, they still beating and banging.
Here we go. Look at that Super Kitty pushing.
Oh, and he did leave it. Yep, he did what I thought he was going to do. Yeah, right there. I mean, you see, he did what I thought he was going to do. As soon as he got out front, he left him and his partner hanging. And we see that a lot. You know, guys get up there, they get in front of each other, and boom, next thing you know, they drop down. I don't know, because if a guy brings you up to the front, I would probably stay with him. You know, if he's a good, especially if it's a good pusher. What do you think, Court?
Early race, yeah. Late race, if it's 2 to go and you push me and I have the chance to take the lead away, I ain't letting you drop in with me.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's different, obviously, the last couple laps or so forth. But like early on right here, but now you see Steven jump to the high side now. He's going to stay up there, but we see it also often. I see it's kind of like, switching back and forth. These guys are getting awful aggressive way early. They're still maintaining a little bit. Now, a couple places you want to bump draft, and you know this. Obviously, you don't want to bump draft going in and out of turns, in and out of trail. Well, kind of the danger zone, unless it's the last lap, then all fair game then. But right now, these guys are being, even though they seem like they're racing pretty hard, they're being pretty patient with the draft.
Yeah, they're being more patient than I would probably be. I'd be shoving everybody. As you see, the 25, he shoved the 81 all the way down the backstretch. Just 81 didn't take advantage of it and decided to stay up high with him. But you can see they're being real aggressive, and it's kind of worrying me a little bit.
Yeah, right now was a good one. You see Cedric's getting a little far out front. He's got help right there with an 82 machine of old Russ right behind him. And got to look. So this is a great battle going on up front here. Hunter Hayward. That's right, Hayward.
McDonald's automobile.
Yeah, McDonald's machine. Hey, let me know who your favorite drivers are out there tonight, folks. Who you pulling for? Look at, oh man, I tell you what, Hunter right there did an aggressive move. He almost got the front end clipped, or the back end clipped off of him right there.
Here's something interesting you're going to have to look at. Since it split the 82 and 53 up, 53 has to be careful when he catches up to the back of the 82, as well as everybody else behind the 53. Here you see 81 giving 21 an aggressive little shove down to turn number 1, though.
Well, let's see what he does when he gets up here. And, there's a great combination right there. I mean, who doesn't like throw you a Big Mac and an Oreo? And, boy, I tell you what, that's awesome. But, yeah, now you see what we was talking about earlier. Hunter right there stayed with Steven. They're 3 wide. Yeah, but he stayed with Steven. Hopefully trying to get those 2 there. Now he's going to have to drop down to cut off Cedric. If not, they're going to lose a lot of ground. But 3 wide. Boy, this is getting dicey right here.
Oh, boy, I am honestly scared to death right now. And Hello Kitty's going to keep the lead this lap.
Man, what a good run.
For him.
Yeah, good run. These guys, man, are putting on a good show up there. Great driving amongst all these guys there. Cedric's still up there. He's got the Steven behind him. Hunter. That's just Daytona fury right here as these guys are storming off down the back stretch. My hat's off to them again. They're not doing a lot of bump drafting, even though I would say this a little bit more of a, they are being a little aggressive for early on, but still the aggressiveness, they're being careful with it there, Corey.
When they took it 3 wide, that was about the most careful you could ever be around Daytona.
Oh, okay. So Steven out there says he's pulling for the 81, which is his son, which is in the Oreo machine. Well, hey, I had some Oreos earlier by there, Steve, and definitely love it. I tell you what, patience is the name of the game. Actually, you're right. Patience is the name. Right now, they are being a little, aggressive early on, but I got to give my hats off. The aggressiveness that they're doing is not overly aggressive. They're not doing any wild style moves. They're not getting up there bump drafting and taking a risk of hooking somebody. They're making sure they're keeping the pace. Right now, battle back to the front. You can see Hunter and Steven right there. So, and a good mix. But one thing that's impressed me here, Corey, is they've stayed locked up side by side.
Yeah, they have. The whole 10 first. It looks like about 10 rows or double wide. A couple of times the front 2 will get out by themselves, but other than that, about 10 rows deep is all 2 wide. Yeah,
right now, I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you, Steven right now, he is bumping old Hunter up front right there to try to get it, and you see on the back of that McDonald's machine, it says, I'm loving it. Well, right now, he's loving being out front. Hunter is. I don't know if that's the safest place to be here because we've seen guys get out front and they just cannot maintain.
So you get way too much of a boost in these cars from being behind a guy. You can just slingshot, and if you get left out front, you're a sitting duck. As you see the Force RTX car, he is pushing Kitty car to the front.
Yeah, he is, man. He's got a lot of force behind that thing right there. As you see, Cedric will not give up trying to get that top spot way away. Hunter still down low. A slew of machines behind him. You got Steve and Brandon right there and Chris. Joshua, we're riding along with him right there, just seeing what he sees out his front view mirror. And he just sees a bunch of them just kind of being patient, too. He's not pushing the envelope. I like that by that number 32 machine.
See, the 88 has now joined the picture along with that number 5 car. I don't know where they've been sitting all race, but here we go. We got some more new company coming up here.
And that's what happens is next thing you know, you got new guys. We've said that many a times. And Twainy says out there, says supporting the 56 is boyfriend and father of my daughter. All right, well, let's see, the 56. 56, where's he? He's right here. Here it is. Dakota Bryan. That him right there? There you go. Well, he looks like he's got a teammate behind him, too. The 04.
Yeah. Look at them. They're money cars.
Yeah, they're twins.
They got cash on their cars. I like that.
Hey, I like that. Money cars, boy. Yeah, show me the money right there. Well, he probably goes, he's going to show her the money, and she takes it. Is that how it works? Is that how it works there, Julie? Is that how it is? If we stay green, what's the pit window? You know what? If I told you I don't know, would you kind of crucify me? Let me see if I can't find that information out for you.
Well, I can probably tell you. It's some way, if I remember.
Well, it all depends on their fuel. I'm trying to look and see if they...
think that's 100% fuel. I checked it earlier.
Oh, okay. If it is, then they could go, what, 30 laps
like
or so?
33 to 40.
Yeah, so they'll go a full series of... Because tires...
They kill each other right here because they killed each other.
Yeah, I see it up front. You got Mark out front right now, but here's the thing. You talk about 100% fuel. Well, another thing, tires, really, I'm not going to say they're not important, but they're not really important here because you could go a pit stop without putting tires on. So fuel is going to be more the factor here. So, yeah, I'm with Corey on that one out there, Steven, man. You probably, if it's 100% full fuel, I can't talk fuel, you're looking to be what it looks like one of the cars, he had to get out of the groove, but luckily he was able to get back. But I'm with you. Whatever the real NASCAR. Cedric thought about going down, but then he got the door slammed on him.
He did. It's getting a little aggressive. We are about 13 laps away from some green flag pits, and you got to think about if you're on the high side, you ain't going in with the first group.
No, you're not. And what do you do? I like that 32 machine. Got a good close-up there on him. It's Boy Clyde. Now, there's something you want to be very careful what Mark was doing right there. He was a little bit of bumping in those turns. Something you don't want to do until maybe you get to like the closing laps at the end of the race, because you can very well easily, and this, hook one of those cars. And I've heard this saying a couple times, and you're probably more familiar with it than I am. And I don't know how true it is in iRacing, but you could see a perfect shot right there between the Camaro and the Mustang. You don't really see a lot of the Toyotas. There's a couple Toyotas out there, but the Camaro has more of a pointed front. I would say a little more different as opposed to the Mustang's more flat. To bump draft, a little easier maybe. It looks like maybe to hook a bumper with the Camaro. Is that true in iRacing?
As far as I know, real life, it's easier to hook somebody, but iRacing terms, I mean, I drive the Camaro and I feel like I could hook somebody easier than a Mustang would.
Well, that's what I was saying. You can see the front end of the Camaro's got kind of like that point to it, and then the Mustang's kind of flat to the front. And I'm just thinking here, you have to be a little bit more, dead on with the bump draft, I would say, with the Camaro as opposed to the Mustang there. I mean, obviously, if you hit any of them at the wrong spots, you're going to send them around, but just kind of looks like just with that pointed end, you want to be very careful. I don't know how that translates, like you said, over to iRacing, but in real life, a lot of guys talk about it, so forth and so on. But up front, you got Chris Miller, Cedric Hunter, new guy up there in the 88 machine, and Chris Miller, the R beside of him. I'm gonna take that means they're a rookie. So if it's true, then you got a rookie up front.
You got a rookie leading this thing. It's like Trevor Bain.
Okay.
Kinda.
Police said that's his dad and the boyfriend and father of my daughter. 04
is.
Okay, you've got Twainy and Julie. So which one's talking here? Y'all confusing me out there. Hey, but you know what? I love, you know me, Corey. I love the family members out here interacting, and that's the one advantage we have that real announcers don't in the real world is we get to interact with the crowd, interact with the viewers, let them know their favorite drivers, etc. Love it, man, out here so far. And I tell you, if you don't like this action, if it don't get your hair, man, running up and down your leg, well, I tell you what, you might want to go to the doctor tomorrow and get some racing medication.
Ooh, a little bit of sideways action on the apron in this front pack. Isn't this pack a little split up?
It is. Let's go back and see how far back you've got. Actually, the top 13 cars, you'd have to go back here to Steven Leffner, who has lost the draft, and he's by himself. and then you go a little further back, and they're kind of like the second pack with Dakota Bryan back about 15th, which we were just talking about Dakota. He's got, it looks like his teammate right there, Jason Bryan. Okay, that's his. Okay, James is his dad. Oh, okay, so James is the dad. Dakota is the boyfriend. All right, I got you. Okay. So that's why they got the same car. Show me the money machines out there.
Yeah, that would explain everything.
Well, right now, Dad is pushing Son, and I got to bring this question up there, Julie. If the end of the race comes, is Dad going to push Son out the way for the win? If they got up there, if they got up there, what would the controversy be here? You know, Dad gonna be like, go ahead, son, you got this. I don't know. He might be like, let me show you how it's done.
Exactly. He's just playing cat and mouse right now.
Yeah, they're being very patient, trying to hook up, work together. They know what they've got. They know what they need to do. No need to really be. I mean, even though they're not up there with the front draft. Obviously, we've got pit stops coming. They're still in the clear. I would have still loved to have been with that front pack. I mean, not this far back, but still, they're not in the danger zone yet.
Quite yet, they ain't in the danger zone. I'd be more concerned if you were. They are 6 seconds back. I'd be concerned at 10.
Yeah, well, they are about 5 right now, 5 or 6. So, I mean, they're going to lose some ground because obviously there's no way to catch up. But I do like what Steven and Julie out there said. Julie said probably. Steve goes, I say Dad goes for the win. Hey, Hal, how you doing, man? I ain't seen you in a long time. Hal, how are you, buddy? I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, man. This is a good one here. Simracing Unleashed. We're kicking off the season here at Daytona. Been a very exciting race. Check us out, OSR Network, online simracingnetwork.com, here on YouTube and on Facebook. And if you go check on iRacing Live, it'll be on there too tonight. So check that out.
iRacing Live.
iRacing Live.
Don't even know how to check that.
You'll have to put it up there. What's up, Doug? You tried to drop a link. I tell you what. Yeah, Doug, over on Facebook. I don't know. What's up, Sean? Roger, how y'all doing?
Figured it out.
What's up, CK? CK, let's go, Miller. Kyle Porter's pulling for the 81 over the Facebook side. Appreciate y'all guys tuning in. So, CK Mary, he's pulling for Miller. Figured out how to pull it up, by the way.
I figured it out. Yeah, I see it. Hey, you gotta actually go to iRacing.com and see it at the top of their fancy, outdated website.
Where's it at?
I'll send a screenshot of it.
Usually a little pops up down at the bottom, but oh well, anyways. I just want to tell people, hey, look, we're on there. Take the guys at iRacing, let me do it. So, CK Mary, he's pulling for Miller, which I'm going to say is Chris Miller.
Probably Chris.
Probably Chris Miller, so yeah.
Not only Miller out here, so.
It's got to be Chris. Hey, Steve, anybody in the league's watching or anything, I'm going to take that the R's do stand for rookies out here, but right now the rookies are doing pretty good. Again, let me emphasize on this, and Corey knows this because he does. Oh, we got number 5 just blew up.
Oh, Ross, no!
Oh, man, he blew it up. And there's what we were talking about. You remember when I was talking about textbook drafting and overheating? Perfect example. But I tell you what, I got to give him hats off. That thing blew up there in the top part of the pack. But his night might be done because he blew up on the backstretch, and I don't know if that thing's going to make it all the way around or not. But just like that, there's where you got to be careful how easy it is to overheat. And that's why you don't see these guys doing bump drafting too much right now. And they're staying off of the cars is because of that. But unfortunately, Lane, boom, done. Don't think they got a fast fix either.
Car. I think they got a faster pair.
They got a fast. If he can make it around,
got a faster pair.
Yeah, that's right. They do have one. They might. But either way, if he can make it around, looks like he might be able to. That thing's gonna be awful slow. The one danger thing here too, Corey, is if overshooting your pit box. Remember, you can't back that thing up.
Hey, you can back it up a little bit.
The motor ain't running. How you gonna back it up?
Oh yeah, good point about that. We ain't gonna see Bob Ross go into reverse anytime soon.
No, and he's gonna make it to his pit box. We're watching him right here. Just unfortunate, and that just shows you how overheated these things can get, and just how realistic it is. You know, I always say iRacing. I mean, there's a lot of aspects of it, and yeah, he made it there, and it looks like they do have a fast fix, so that's cool. Be able to tell here in a second.
Good thing is,
maybe he does. I don't know. Let's see.
Like pit stops were just about to come up.
Okay,
anyway.
so it looks like they've got one fast fix, so he's able to get in. The problem is he's going to need a caution to get back on the lead lap because he definitely went out a lap down there, but luckily got back around, was able to get back up there. But what I was going to say before, and like you said, we have got pit stops happening here. Looking on, looks like we're on lap 32. 31.
30, 33.
Yep. And what I was saying before, like in iRacing, you know, I always say that iRacing is the realest thing you can do without spending millions of dollars. And obviously, there are some aspects. I mean, this still is a virtual world. This still is a, you know, it's a simulator game, whatever you want to call it.
I call it a sim.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it technical terms, they still have to develop it like a game. But anyways, that's an old added argument between each other. But there's still some things here that, you know, obviously they're not going to get 100% to real life. So, you know, with that said, but there's a lot of things on here that are. Now, Corey, as you see, it looks like everybody's getting single file because I think the top runners are setting up to go in pit road. Here's an interesting thing. I was talking about it last night. I don't know if you heard me or not. But this last week 13 update, everybody's all about the tire models and stuff like that. Remember when these cars here? Yeah, remember when these cars here? They pretty much were just planted to the ground. You know, obviously, they still use the package that NASCAR uses. But I've heard from the grapevine, a lot of drivers, that they changed the tire model a little bit, and now these cars are maybe a little bit. They're not as tight as what they used to be. Have you been able to drive them and test?
I drove at the iRacing Super Speedway and felt a little looser, I think.
Okay.
I've driven a cup car since September.
Okay. I haven't either. I mean, obviously, you know, I haven't been able to do it myself, but looks like these guys are setting up to go into pit road because everybody is single file. And that's what we were talking about earlier. If you definitely want to get down there on a single file, let me know how everything sounds and looks to you out there. Make sure y'all can hear the cars good and we're not too kind of overpowered. You can hear me and Corey yap up here a little bit. We'll try to give you some good insights on the race. You know, I love racing, folks. I'm a lot different when it comes to commentating. Corey knows that. A lot of guys out there know who I am and whatnot. So, but we still try to give you that technical side of things. I like getting into the racing jargon. How's that? We'll say it that way.
Larry Mack of commentating.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Mac Daddy.
Yeah, they should be fixing to come down pit road about any moment. It's right there within the window, 36 to 40.
Okay. And that's what I was thinking before, is probably around, like you said, the 35, 36 mark in you know, real racing, because this, you know, this place obviously has, you know, that kind. But right now, oh, we got a big mess going into pit road. Wow. Who was that? It went off track. Somebody went off track.
That would be Superman car, and the 53 tagged with the McDonald's coming in. Oh, man.
Back on the replay here. Let's find out. Let's see. Yeah, Bret Hartwell. Here we go. That was David Bush. Dave Bush. We'll watch a replay right here, too. They're all coming in on pit road. Watching a replay right here real quick. Could have been a disastrous night for these guys, but you can see them all single file. Here they go, off on pit road. They're ducking down. And boom, just got contacted. Man said he wants some chicken nuggets. took out the other car. Well, that could have been disastrous. Yeah, but that could have been really. Oh, we got a car around 27. God. Is it a caution?
Caution. We got a caution.
Oh, and the first one tonight, but.
Ooh,
let's go back. It was a 27 of Dave Neese. Got involved in this one. Let's see what happened. He was coming up through the field. He was getting a good run on the 24 machine. And
I don't know. I think the 8 just misjudged it and was trying to time get up and behind him. And
yeah, just caught the rear end of it. Maybe a spotter just didn't see it and then just kind of drove right through him. Watching it right here on the replay. Unfortunate first caution of the night here. Wow. Well, love the insight. I appreciate it, Steve. No problem. Okay.
Ooh, almost got hit under yellow.
Hey, don't want that to happen.
No, we do not. Now let's see how badly this has messed up some pits.
Okay, we're gonna. Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys came into pit road, but I'm gonna bring old Steven down here and get a word in with him. Steven, Joe in the booth, got a copy?
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Pretty good, man. I tell you what, I was eating some Oreos before the race started, and I saw you got that milk and cookies out there, but that kitty car, man, that Cedric Hunter was coming over trying to take a bite out of you. How's that thing feeling tonight here at Daytona?
Good, my man. Obviously got the pole tonight. Feeling pretty good. Laid back a little bit towards the end of that run because things were getting a little bit dicey, so I want to make my shit last. Well, shit, can't say that, but, you know.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I'll tell you what, looks like Dad's out there watching. He's cheering you on.
Yeah, hey, Dad. I think my fiance's out there cheering me on, too. So, hoping we got good stuff for the end of the race, yeah.
No doubt. Looks like it's very good. Y'all having some good patience out there on the caution. First time again there, Steven. Good luck for the rest of the night.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I get a win here.
No doubt, man. I'll tell you what, there you go. Well, Steven, looking pretty good so far. He, like I say, started on pole here tonight. What we got?
We will. But that caution kind of came. It hurts the ones that were lapped down.
He did what now?
It's gonna hurt all those that went to lap down during that pit cycle.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, it will.
Not quite sure who got the lucky dog. I think maybe Justin Cope.
Go and double check it. So forth. It did mix up the field a little bit. It put Steve back out front, Clifton right there on Brandon. Trying to see if we couldn't get another word in with somebody else here. Trying to see if I couldn't find old
Cedric.
Well, Chris Miller, but not in the Discord, so. Yeah, he's not in here. But we can't bring Cedric down.
Yeah, let's get Hello Kitty down here.
Cedric, Joy in the booth, got a copy?
Oh, yes, I do.
Man, long time since I've seen the kitty car out there, but I tell you what, you up there trying to get you some cookies. How that thing running?
Sorry, what was that?
That's fine. I said it's been a long time since I've seen the kitty car out there. You was up there trying to get you some cookies earlier, though. How's that thing running tonight?
It's running great, man. It's been a while. It's been, I would say 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
It's good to finally have you around.
Man, and it's cool. I tell you, it looks like you got a fast machine. Are you trying to stay up front, or are you trying to play a little patient?
Nah, I'm just trying to lead as many laps as I can. I don't have teammates or anything, so I'm not trying to fall too far behind and kind of get stuck by my lonesome. So, plans to, be up front, hopefully avoid wrecks and be there at the end and cross my fingers that I can get the job done.
You know, I know it's been a while since I got to talk to you, but you do sound a little different. What'd you do, get older?
I mean, it might just be a new mic or
It could be anything. Hey, man, you never know. Hey, one thing I say is you haven't lost your skill on the track. You're still bad fast. I love it. Good luck out there tonight there, Cedric.
I appreciate it, man. Hopefully I talk to you at the end of the race.
Yeah, no doubt, man. There you go. Well, that's old Cedric Hunter right there, folks, and he does a good job on the track. Like I said, I was just trying to get some other. Hey, if you got any drivers out there you want us to, and hopefully we don't have too many of other cautions or whatnot. But if there are any other drivers you want us to get a word in with, or so forth, so on, it looks like we're going to go back green flag here. But that's some kind of good insight there, Corey. These guys are just trying to get up front, lead as many laps as they can, and be patient.
Yeah, lead as many laps, keep the nose clean, keep the back end clean, keep the doors clean as we go back green flag racing for the Simracingunleashed Daytona 250.
Absolutely, and here we go out front. They're going to go back double file. You got Steven up top right there, down low at number 4 machine, rumbling of Clifton. You got a couple rookies up there. See what they're able to do and see if they're able to knock the old veterans out right now. High lane forming up, low lines trying to stay together a little bit. Looks like the one car's going to just drop back to the back.
Yeah, that yellow car, I can't catch up with it. It is.
Well, and that was a perfect example right there. Yeah, of what we've seen on, it's what you see here on the plate track. He nothing wrong with him. He just opted to say, hey, look, a little early for me to get up here, dice it up. We'll see. Battle up front, though. Here comes Dylan. He jumps up in front of Steven right there. Yeah.
Going for lap leads.
Good in-shot view. Dave. What's up, Angel? Set you back. Who you pulling for, Angel, out there? Who you pulling for? Welcome back, by the way.
Yeah, welcome back, Angel.
I do like, we're riding on the inside of Dave Bush on his cockpit view. I'm not sure what he's got on his dash.
Yes. That looks like something I'd put.
Is that girls?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess the reason is because his name's Bush. I get the reference. All right, I got you. We'll keep it a family matter here, folks. We got family and people out here watching. We'll leave it at that. Well, let your imagination run on you on that one there. We'll leave it at that. How's that? Well, good times, though. Hey, at least he's got a sense of humor. I'll give him that. Right now, this gives you a good shot inside, though. This is what these guys see. Now, right there's a good shot from Mark Whitley. Three wide for the lead. Yeah. Oh, that puts Cedric in the middle. Oh, that's a danger zone right there. He's bouncing back and forth.
Contact at the milk and cookie car. Now he's almost tagged to 57.
Boy, I tell you what, Corey, right there, he had to get out of it just a little bit.
He did, and he's pushing for it, too. He is hanging on.
Oh, that was a good drive. Now, I got to give a hats off. Zach Hall's up there with him. I'm going to say Zach is his real-life spotter right there because a lot of these guys have it. That right there had to be all spotter for Cedric. Now, I ain't going to take nothing away from his driving because he had to keep that thing, calm and cool. But he had to rely on Zach saying clear, not clear, a lot during that one.
Yeah, that was some pretty good driving.
It was good, nothing to take away from his skill. Looks like he did get a little bit of nose damage on the front. Not sure if that's going to hinder him any. Couldn't be too bad, but yeah, I mean, I ain't going to take anything away from his driving, but boy, if his spotter definitely had to weave him through there and say, hey, look, you're not clear, you got a car there, here, et cetera, et cetera. Something that we don't get to hear a lot of, but yeah, his spotter very much probably helped him out in that situation because and I know, just riding along in the cockpit over here with him, he don't see that much. And once a car gets beside of him, as he's got a VR or something, it's pretty much he's not going to. All he's going to see is what we're kind of seeing.
Steven got real sideways. I was about to say, if we get him on board as he's bump drafting, you're going to notice you got a big old black, pretty much a billboard right in front of you.
You do, and that was something I was going to allude to earlier before they went 3 wide. We were on board one of the cars, and you could see from the cockpit view when these guys get up behind these guys, especially on the low line. That's why I always love the high lane at Daytona, Talladega, because you can see more in front of you. Because if you're tucked up behind something, like you said, all you see is a big billboard and a big spoiler. And the one thing about it, and it looks like Russ is going to opt to drop out of this one and just go to the back. But what you basically see down low is going into the turn. You can't see where the yellow line is, and sometimes you can end up clipping that apron and getting the car a little upset. But you see right here from the high lane, we're riding with Dave. You can see where that where the line is. You can see how they turn in, and you're not as much as what am I looking for? Oh, car around! Big one up front.
Oh boy, you seen that all live? We got dozens of cars involved.
Man, you see the 72? He did a Joey Chitwood show machine. Man, let's go back on the replay. You're right. We saw that one live. It started up front between the 4 machine of Clifton and the 81 there, Steven. Luckily, they, like I said, they got some fast fixes. We'll slow it down here and let you see. I don't know if they had some side draft issue here. I was in car when I'm. Oh, looks like there's a little side draft going wrong, and then from there the 4 just came up the track, and you could see it as chaos from that point on.
Ooh, I think I was more on the 81 car. He came down to side draft the 4 and just came down a little too quick and a little far.
And they just both made contact, wrong place, wrong time. That could have been a lot more disastrous than what it was, man, but still a lot of cars involved, and unfortunately crumbled the cookie. Wow.
A good dozen cars involved, if not more.
Wow. Under caution here for the second time. Big one here. And that's what we always say. Fast fix coming. You're right there, Steve. Luckily, they do have them. The one thing we always say at the plate track races is it's not if, it's when the big one will happen, because it's usually not it's not a, oh, well, it might, or so forth and so on. It's usually when.
It will happen, but it's a when will it happen.
Absolutely. So I got to ask here, got any favorite drivers out there? We'll see if we can word in with them for you. Buddy, maybe you got in mind up there, Corey?
He's up there.
Who's that?
He's gonna bring in the father-son duo.
We just did. Oh, we're talking about
Dakota. James.
Dakota. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Don't see them either. Yeah. Well, I mean, some of you guys, man, y'all need to come up into the Discord here so we can get y'all in for some interviews and stuff, man, guys. I know it's Steve. Yeah, I know it's Steven and all. If y'all are watching, maybe next week, man, let these guys know. We'd love to get it. You're right, David or Dakota and them. They're coming off the pit. They come off together too. It's James Byron and Dakota Byron right there. I'd love, like you said, I'm with you. It'd been good to get a word in with them. Always love the father-son duo out there. But yeah, just if one of you guys out there in the league is listening, definitely reiterate it to some of these guys, man. Jump up into the Discord server here so we definitely can get a word in with them.
Definitely.
Who you pulling for out there, Angel Diaz? We're into caution here, second time tonight. Been a very good race though so far here, Corey's had some good runs, a lot of great racing side by side, and man, it's been exciting. Now here's the thing: we talk about the father-son duo. Dad's in front, son's behind now, so we got to flip that question we was asking earlier. So the son go, "All right, Dad, you taught me everything you knew, but now's my time. Get out the way."
Taught me how to jump something to the wind. I mean, if I was the son, I'd I'd junk dad, and if I was dad, I'd junk son. So.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to do it yet, though. I mean, don't do it this early. Last lap, last turn. Then you get up there and start bump drafting hard. But but hey, it's good to see. I like it there. The family members out here. I've had a couple guys. Oh man, why don't you get back out here and race and find out from Steven what happened? What happened? Oh, the 80. Well, all right, here we go, Steve. Now, I will say this. Here's one of my rules that I do, and the only reason I do, and I'm not saying that drivers are bad, I usually don't interview the guy that was involved in a wreck. And the reason I do that, and I'm not saying everybody's this way, you know, some are more level-headed than others. I have been bit with that a couple times. So, but from our standpoint, it looked like basically just tried to go for a side draft. And on iRacing, we were talking about it earlier on iRacing, and Corey knows this. Sometimes the side draft just does not work, and it can hook each other cars and kind of spin you out. And that's pretty much what it looked like from our thing. But yeah, just going back to what I'm saying is normally I do not interview folks that was in the caution or caused the caution, because I've kind of been bit with that a couple times. Not saying that everybody's bad, but I have had a few, and I'm not here. Hey, we want the league to look good. You know, we're here to make the league look good. But either way, it doesn't look like Steven's going to be in a bad spot. It looks like he's still back in 11th. The problem is he's going to be a lap down.
No, he ain't a lap down.
Okay. So why is he dropping off? Oh, he's coming back on the pass. Oh, no. Side draft, I would say it basically was just pretty much a product of the side draft there, Steve. I really do. You know, I don't really think there was anything intentional between the two. Me and Corey saw it right there. I don't think there was just any aggressiveness. Obviously, they were side by side, so it wasn't like he was behind him or dumped the guy, you know, getting a rear quarter panel or something. But, you know, these guys side drafting just, unfortunately, Corey knows this a lot because he races a lot more than what I do now. I used to in the past. What's that?
I've done the same thing.
It happens. It really, man, you can have the pro drivers, man, it happens to them, and it's just one of those things. But now, obviously, if it would hook the guy in the rear quarter panel, then that might be a little difference, or bump drafted him, just kind of pushed him through the turn or something. You know, things like that, then yeah, could have been avoided. You know, those type of things can be avoided. But side drafting, really, we got what they call net code here. Now, I really don't like the word net code because to me, if a car keeps going to the left or right, if he keeps going far enough, it's going to hit the other car. But, again, we still have net code. We're on that virtual world.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the net code. Oh, my net code Batman.
Yeah.
Did you see him jump up?
Yeah, no doubt, Hal. You're right out there. This could have been a little bit net code. But either way, getting set to go back green. Cedric up front along with Mark Whitley right there along with him. Brandon Hartwell sitting in the Ford. Joshua up there. Pace car's about to do that hard left turn right on pit road. And we get set to go back. Green flag here tonight.
Green.
Under that caution, we did pass halfway, so here we go. Less than half of a race to go, 100 laps.
And it has been a fast-paced, good one here so far. A couple cautions. You see him kind of pushing a little bit. Cedric's up top there with Mark. Mark's got that 77. What's that?
This top five got a pretty decent jump there on the restart. And hey, would you look at this? Dakota, Brian, and James Bryan, they have found their way up to the front. They're a little separated right now, but
Yep.
it'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll eventually catch the draft and be able to pull up there. He probably wants to close that gap just a little bit so don't let another car get in between them. I got a feeling one of those cars might try to drop down if they get an opportunity. Okay, now, yeah, see there, he tried it, but he just saw that. You saw it right there. Saw it right there that the 59 almost tried to drop down in it, but kind of got closed up by the 04 machine.
Yeah, well, I was thinking 59, but it didn't quite work for him.
No. So, father-son duo up front. Cedric trying to hang the top side. Mark Whitley, the man out front right now. Joshua looking good. So, everybody's just, still being a little bit patient. and just kind of drive. Everybody's really smooth.
Justin Cook, he's
My
out there.
son is my
high
hero.
side.
Oh, I like that, man. On the 25 says my son is my hero. That's kind of cool. I like that. My son's my hero too. He's a Fortnite champ. Well, he thinks he's a Fortnite champ, but anyway.
I probably shouldn't have laughed at that, huh?
What's that, man?
I probably shouldn't have laughed at that, but I did laugh.
Hey, well, you know, everybody gotta have what the dreams out there, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, you
There
know, we
you
got a
go.
good pack up top here.
Justin Coop, a rookie, getting pushed by the veteran Cedric.
Well, he don't
Hey,
have an
look.
R beside his name. Justin don't.
He does.
Throw it
Yeah,
on
no.
that side.
It shows it on my end.
Okay, well then, yeah, he's the only one out there I'm not showing that has. Everybody else does. So Justin looking good. He drops down low. We talked about that earlier on too, there, Corey.
First lap.
Dropping down. Is he going to get it? And he got it, well, barely. But you know, dropping down there, leaving your topside guy. I don't know. And there you go. That's not bump drafting, but that was side drafting right there, Corey. Not the ideal place you want to side draft, though.
Not at all.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh,
in the
Corey,
25.
man. Wow. You see that?
Yeah, the 25 bumping Cedric a little too hard. Yeah, I seen it all.
Well, Superman trying to knock the kitty out the way right now. Cedric, we already know what Cedric's plan is. He is not planning to drop back. He wants to be up front and lead laps and just stay up there. And it seems like that's the plan of Brandon Hartwell also, as we ride along with him here. Right now, definitely really good. Until, here's another thing to note, as you see in their car, person like Joseph drop up. Until these guys start to really, really bump draft a lot here, Corey, you're not going to see that high lane, I think, go flying by. As you see right there, about a different lead change, Mark Whitley. Now, Mark Whitley's another name that I'm familiar with. I knew that name sounded familiar. We're familiar with him. Good driver, but man, I tell you what makes me nervous with that side drafting in those turns?
Yeah, I don't like side drafting the corner. I'll do it on like lap 99 of 100. Just cause. He's blowing his nose. Or it's Achoo! I'm kidding. There we go. Justin Cope going back up for the lead, being pushed by the two veterans of Cedric and Hartwell.
Yeah, you're right. It looks like the 59's taking a pretty good run up top there, along with Mark down low. And that's right. Mark has always ran the G-Force car out there. I remember that car from back in the day too. So got some old fan favorites out there.
Wasn't it a GTX back in the day?
It was a GT. Yep, he ran the GTX one back in the day. Now he's got the RTX on, so maybe he's got a little bit more horsepower under the hood.
Hopefully.
Well, look at Cedric. He's doing a little more bump drafting than probably what he wants, and now he says, "See ya." He's gone.
That is what he planned on. He wanted to separate himself from the 59 and take over the lead on the bottom. And here comes
good
Steve.
run by the 81. You saw that good run by him on top.
3 wide.
Yep. And I don't know if Stevens got help. He might have just made that move unless he was able to get in line. Good deal.
Now, okay, our last caution came out 50-ish. That means pit stops would put you at 90. You may want to start thinking about early pit stop once you get to 80-ish.
Yeah, true.
If we go green, well, I don't want to bite the bullet here, but if we go green.
Well, you're
obviously
right. If we go green, you definitely want to be. Yeah, you definitely want to be, patient on that. You definitely got, if we go green the rest of the way.
We very well could do so.
It's
These
been
guys-
they've had some good long green flag runs, our Corey.
Yeah, we got to the first green flag pit cycle before our caution came out, so it's possible. Hey, I don't know what that was. That looked like a snake out there on the back stretch.
Yeah,
They
just
all-
a little bit of wiggly got out there on the turn.
Yeah, he did. Both grooves did. That didn't look.
Oh, he got
Ooh,
turned. Cedric's
what?
around.
Cedric up in the
Oh.
air. And
Oh, this is a big one. This is a big one.
And there is.
That's a
more than-
junkyard.
Oh, Billy Bob.
Go back on the replay and watch what happened again. And we were just talking about the bump drafting with the Camaro. And I got a feeling that this is another what we was talking about right there. Now you can just see him. He got a little wiggly right there, but I just still feel that bump draft, and you can see very easily. I think it's easier to hook with the Camaro than it is anything. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say this: that Steven's night's probably done.
Yeah, I'd have to assume the same thing. That car is not gonna make it.
See Cedric right there, all tore up. A lot of cars. I think Steven's already used his fast fix from earlier. 21's going around.
Father
Wow.
and son duo got involved. Superman barely.
Yeah,
involved.
James Bryan hit the wall hard. He'll be able to use his quick fix to get back in there. See what happened to Coda. Coda looked like he was able to get by.
Nah,
He got
involved.
some damage. Yep, he got some damage.
He almost made it
Wow.
through and got hit about last second.
Well, I hate that on the end, but we were talking earlier the difference between the bump draft between the two manufacturers and how well iRacing represents that. And you just basically saw right there to from what I could see is pretty much it just looks like the Camaro a little easier to hook on that back bumper than maybe what the Mustang is. I mean, I could be wrong, but just unfortunate set of circumstances.
Yeah, I don't think Steven has a fast repairer. It would have fixed
Yeah.
his car. It don't look like
He used it that last one. Remember, he got caught up in that last wreck, and unfortunately, night done. I hate that on his end because he had a bad fast machine. We talked to him earlier on. Cedric, he's used his fast fix, so he doesn't want to get involved. But, folks, here's the thing. It's Daytona. Anything can happen at Daytona. That's why we call this place a wild card race. It's just one of these places where you just don't know. And just like that, I've always said I don't think there's any intent there or anything. But it does not take much of a bump. And as wiggly and it looks like as upset as these cars are, just don't take much of a bump. And the next thing you know, boom, you're around.
if anybody knows Hunter Hayward is watching, but you may want to inform him he don't have a rear bumper.
That might not hurt him as long as he still got the wings straight and all. So he might be okay in a pack.
Fuck.
I mean, we've seen guys with a little bit of front end damage be okay as long as they're tucked up behind somebody. It's obviously when they get out there and free, clean air is when they kind of end up like a brick.
Hey, would you look at who's made a comeback? It is Bob Ross, number 5, Carver Lane.
Yeah, he did. Remember earlier on, he's got a little damage on the back, but remember earlier on, that car blew up, and he went a couple laps down actually. So it looks like he's back on the lead lap. So these cautions have helped him get back on the lead lap. And the reason why Corey's saying Bob Ross is because you got to look on the hood. He's got that big afro hair, Bob Ross right there. And if you don't know who Bob Ross is, he's the painter, ain't he?
Hey, he paints.
Yeah, he's the
Very
painter.
has all kinds of. He had like a pet squirrel or something, chipmunk.
Oh, okay. So, had Alvin
Look,
hanging out with him.
Alvin.
No doubt. It's been a good one so far. I've enjoyed this race through and through, and these guys have put on a good show here. Sim Racing Unleashed here tonight, it's kicking off their season here at Daytona International Speedway. And again, I don't know who's going to come out of this one as the win, because it pretty much is one of these wild card style races, plate track. To throw you a little info on plate track racing, to give you a little bit like tech things. If you keep up with NASCAR, I don't keep up with NASCAR like I used to, and I've watched it way back in Bill Elliott days and all that, so kind of tell my age a little bit. But back now, it's not really a plate that they use. It's a spacer. They call it a spacer. And I don't really know why the difference between why they would call it a spacer and a plate, because it's still a plate that lays in between. Well, it used to be the carburetor. Now it's going to lay in between the actual or the manifold and all runs, because everything's fuel injected now. But they call it a plate, or excuse me, a spacer. So I still call them plate track races, because it just would not sound good to say, well, we're going to a spacer race.
Yeah, I call them plate races too.
Yeah, me too. But it kind of give you a little insight of the tech of what they've changed over the years in NASCAR. Obviously, they don't use full-on carburetors anymore. That's been changed for a while now. That all these cars run fuel injection, which is kind of, it's kind of neat, kind of getting up with time, more cleaner, and so forth and so on. But I really feel like it leaves so much what's we're looking for, openness, for a little bit of gray area, so to speak, because you can do some things with fuel and time in and stuff through all computer and whatnot. And as opposed to a carburetor, it's pretty much carburetor's all hands on. You had to pretty much do it there. Here you almost could do it maybe from in the car or in something. I don't know how they control a lot of that, but nonetheless, definitely trying to go the way of a little more cleaner emissions, which I mean, still the race car. You're not going to get too much cleaner on it. So we're getting set to go back. Green flag. Pace car ducks off on pit road. Number 3 machine of Josh Cooley drops the hammer. We're racing.
Yeah, here we go. Again, Justin Cope is out there as well, the rookie. On the high side of that 59 in the 3 car, Josh Coley. And you see Dakota Bryan, he was able to get a fast fix, and he is right there at the front in 3rd.
Yep, really good run by the guys up there. I appreciate that out there, Charlotte. You're absolutely right. Tapered spacers right there. What he's saying is they're used as yellow flags out. Let's go back here. It's actually Paul Rigney. Oh, Cedric got in the back of him a little bit. A little bump draft going wrong. It looks like Cedric might have got a little front end damage from that, but unfortunately, around, caution out, just like that. Wow.
Wow.
Well, back to what we were talking about, and that's good. Yeah, you're right, and that's what I don't understand why they changed the name. I mean, a tapered spacer plate, they serve the same. They do the same function. Serve the same function as the plates and everything, to restrict the airflow, and that's basically what they do. And I'm like you, he said, Charlotte says, I don't know the technical difference. I don't either, other than the fact of maybe the holes or how it's, cut or anything like that. But how much other differences can it be? All the tracks with the 550, well, the tracks with 550 horsepower obviously would be the plate track like this, and 1.5 mile tracks, from my understanding, of 550. The only tracks that are not are all 1 mile or lower, which I call short tracks. And road courses, from my understanding, which I think is a different subject altogether. But anything a mile or less, which I call short track, a lot of people don't call mile track short track, but I do. Anyway, anything a mile or less does not have the 550 package, and from what I think, they don't have the downforce package either. Am I correct on that one there, Corey?
I would have no idea.
I'm gonna say I'm 97% on that one there. It could have changed coming in here into this year. Everything changes a lot and so forth. But I do know the 1.5 mile obviously has the high, they don't have as high of a downforce package as they do at the plate tracks, but they do have a definitely higher downforce, and they don't have the horsepower they do run the plates. Places like Atlanta, Charlotte, Texas, et cetera, places like that, where we've seen speeds. Now, I'll tell you one track, Michigan. Now, obviously, it's a 2-mile track. Here's an interesting fact on that one, and you can tell the difference between the old package and the new package, even in this car. Those cars used to run 206 mile an hour down the front stretch. Now they're only getting in real life in here maybe 193, 194. That's a huge difference. So you can tell they're very restricted on a track like that. You ain't got nothing on that one?
No, I don't give them that. So,
Y'all get it? Man, come on now. That's the tech side of stuff. Now you got to get on that.
I don't do that kind of technical stuff.
No, don't do that. I got you. No wrong with that. But those are kind of, obviously you can read up on a lot of stuff, but it's interesting to see what they've changed over the years. But the one thing is that translates over to iRacing. And you know that, Corey, you translate a lot of that stuff over to iRacing, which is kind of cool that they're able to do that here on iRacing. But nonetheless, these guys tonight have put on a great show here at Daytona. Simracingunleashed here. Josh Cooley out front. Justin Coop right there behind him. Steven Leffler right there in third. Nicholas Lubby fourth. And Brad Dolph hanging on the fifth place.
Take a look at a couple of these paint schemes. You got 26 out there. You're rocking a nice looking Publix.
Yeah. We got one of them up the road here from us.
Yeah, Joe informed me that's a grocery store. I don't think we have those up here.
They're more of a, you know what the Whole's Food is? You know Whole's Food?
Kinda-ish.
Okay, they're more of a higher end style grocery store. They sell a lot of, they sell your normal products, but they do sell a lot of your organicals type stuff like a Whole's Food would. But we have one up the road. I've been in it. Not a place I'd go to. I go to my Walmart. That's just me. But nice place. It is a nice place to shop.
We don't have these up here in Ohio.
Y'all might have Whole Foods up where you're at, which would be the equivalent.
Probably.
Yeah. But you're right. Definitely some good paint jobs. There's a cash man, Dakota Bryan. Unfortunately, he's in 7th. Now, Dad was able to get up there, get a fast fix done. Both of them were. One's in 11th, one's in 7th. So, again, we'll show off a few of these paint jobs as it's like we're getting set to go back green.
Yeah.
Think about the race so far, Corey.
Well, so far, it's been about average Daytona. A little cleaner than average. Maybe.
Well, I would say so. It's been really clean. I think it's been really for what these guys have done up front, side by side, as much as they've stayed side by side. I think they're doing an outstanding job.
Yeah, the entire field has done an outstanding job. We still got 22, 21 people on the lead lap, so everybody's doing all right.
And right, that's what I'm saying. So you still got a lot of cars. The green flag flies are back racing. For as much as they've stayed side by side, you definitely, my hat's off to them to keep the composure up here. A few cautions that's to be expected from here, but back under green, lap 71 here of 100. We're getting clicking down to the final laps. Now, normally I usually say about 25 to go. It's business is about to pick up, run what you run, but on a plate track, usually it's 10 to 5 to go because this place is so big.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Short tracks, I'd say about 50 to go.
Yeah.
Any other track, about 25 to go. And Daytona, it's Hail Mary, last lap, white flag, you get 20 seconds to first. And I've done that before. I went from like 14th all the way up to 2nd in one lap. And then I went from 2nd clear back to 20th. So
and it can happen.
All that in 1.5 laps. So it can, anything and all things can happen here at Daytona.
No doubt. Looks like we got a freight train going on down low. They're forming up down there, and the high lane's not getting the run that they want right now. Hey.
Yeah, the bottom side is somewhat starting to form a pretty good single file group down low. There's only about a handful of cars up top as you get about 7 rows back, 7, 8, 9 rows back. Is where they're going to go double file.
Yeah, double file lane right now. And, you see him, Nicholas right there hanging on about 11th place spot. See Cedric coming back to the front there too. He's running that low line. Remember, he said he wanted to be up front. Justin Coop, the man in that 59 machine, he's right back in 9th, not bringing the high lane to the front. Again, these guys could be starting to be just a little bit patient right now, but they've been patient the whole race. I will give my hats off to them. Done an outstanding job patient-wise. Back here, Chris Miller. Remember earlier on, Chris Miller, they had the fans out there on him. He's in the 88 machine, the discount car.
That's a beautiful looking paint.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice looking. And tell you what we can do, since right now they're kind of a little spread out. Let's start in the front. You got Josh Cooley out there, and we'll just give you close-ups of some of the paint jobs as Josh runs the front side there in first. You got Steven Lefner there in second. He's got, looks like the Budget Sim box. Nice looking machine. Brad, I'm going to say Delph. Okay, appreciate it. Right there in, what's that?
The Tony Stewart paint.
Yeah, Tony Stewart. Kevin Harvick, either one. Actually, it'd be, well, Kevin Harvick drove that paint job. Kevin's drove that paint job, but the number's different.
On the side.
Yeah. Then we got the Lowe's machine there. Jesse Fox. Good one there. You got Mark Whitley. We're talking about him with the G-Force machine. And there's old Lane, who earlier on got blew up, but he was able to come back. And then there's Cash Money. Dakota Bryan, he's the son. Then James Bryan, the dad, right behind him. Both of those are teammates. And Joshua, riding down low right there. Good looking machine he's got. Obviously, Hello Kitty machine there. Cedric looking like he's going to go to the high side. You got Hayward there along with him. And then here comes Chris Miller, the rookie. We was talking about him earlier on, the 88. Josh down there, another good little paint job by him. A little dicey that's going on right there about that area. Then Dylan, Lion Racing. Yeah, nice looking machine there. And then Cope up there with the Cobra machine there. Then Nicholas Lubby.
One of them iRacing defaults. At least he changed his number, though.
Yeah. And right behind him, Dr. Pepper machine. I like that. I like Dr. Pepper. That's old Braden. Todd right behind him in the Publix. We was talking about him earlier on. Good looking machine there. Russ, he's under a side-by-side battle there. So he's got the Elite machine right there behind him. And you got looks like Robbie Donnell. Good looking mellow yellow machine. It's kind of old throwback style. Back there.
Check out the 6. Look at that.
Hang on, man. We're going back. Gotta go in order.
Hey, well,
Art Mill. He's a lap down. That's why. Art Mill. A little bit here. He's hanging on there to the 15th. Michael Yarrow. That's a good looking Wicked Apple machine. Wicked Apple. Nice paint job.
That earlier practice.
And I don't know why he's showing up Gomez on the thing, but it's actually Mark out there. But that's a nice looking Fender looking machine there he's got. Number 33. And James Adam. Throwback to, looks like Jeff Gordon style, but got Unleashed on it. Sim Racing Unleashed. And then there's the 8 machine of Aaron Bradford. And then we go to the 6 machine of the Harley Davidson. Robert. That is a nice, sick looking paint job out there. I like that. And let's see, Dave Bush, unfortunately on pit road. Steven, an Oreo machine, all tore up, but at least he's out there trying to get some points. Unfortunately, Paul, got some cars out. Paul, Clifton, Brandon, and David Neese all out of the race here. Brings us back to the front here as everybody's kind of single file. But I hope you enjoyed that. Kind of look through the field there. Kind of what we call, it used to be the OSR Network rundown order. Kind of show you all some of the paint jobs and these guys where they're running at. And show you where your favorite driver's at too.
That's my favorite segment of the series. Is always looking down through the paint schemes.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And then another one. We'll go ahead and introduce him. I haven't done this in a while, but it's kind of got away from it a little bit. Blimpy. Everybody likes Blimpy. You like Blimpy, man, Corey?
Yeah. Let's get it. Okay, Blimp View.
Blimpy. Yeah, it's what we call the Blimpy Cam, folks, here on OSR Network, Online Sim Racing Network. Your home for fun and exciting sim racing. It gives you a good shot. It gives you a good perspective of the facility and just how far apart the guys are, which you got a good bunch down there. And I always like throwing out the Blimpy Challenge. Now, I'm gonna tell you what. Now we got a lot of family members out there, a lot of folks out there watching. But I know you have your loved one, significant other, wife, girlfriend, etc. But well, I walk up to them, dad, brother, either way. Walk up to them, whisper in their ear really softly, and say, "You look blimpy fine today. If you come back next week, I know you didn't do the challenge, but if we don't see you till the end of the season or something like that, then well, we know what happened." Either way, there you go. OnlineSimRacingNetwork.com, home for fun and exciting sim racing. That's the Blimpy Cam, folks. Having a little fun on that one there, but definitely a good shot to show off. As tell you what, Cedric Hunter trying to make waves. Never mind.
Big one.
And unfortunately, oh no, the father son is involved in it.
Oh boy, there's only like 3 cars that survived that.
And Cedric was involved in it.
Let's just say who wasn't involved.
Yeah, the father-son duo was involved in that one. That one kind of started up front. Let's go back on the replay because it's kind of weird on how that one transpired there. It wasn't slow-mo. Watch it kind of live, but it just looked.
14, tag 5. And
they're bump driving down the back, and they're going into the turn. You see the 14 right there. Yeah, just a bump draft, man, right in the middle of the turn. And from there, boy, it's just a chain reaction. Oh, wow.
So the cars, okay, I'd go over the cars involved, but I think we're going to go over the cars not involved here. We got
look at that one car smashing the wall. Wait a minute, watching the replay. Hang on, man. Oh, that one car smashed the wall. Who was that? That was a 32. We need to ride along with him.
Oh, boy.
Ride along with the 32. And see what he sees. We're riding along the top side here. Right now, everybody's kind of just single file. Right in the middle of the pack. He goes down low. Being up front there.
I don't think he had a choice.
Oh, right there. He almost thought he was going to be. Oh, yeah. He just got bang. And then next thing you know, he's up and over. Ouch.
Not good, Billy Bob. Oh, boy.
Well, a lot of good cars involved in that one. So, wow.
Hey, I think Jason Adams in the 24. Jeff Gordon made it through. Yeah, he did. He made it through.
He did. Yeah.
We got about 4 cars that made it. Maybe 5.
It looks like 7 cars are on the track.
Yeah, I think Josh Coley made it through, obviously. Mark Whitley made it through. Hunter just barely got bumped in the back, but he's already missing a rear bumper anyways. He made it through a little bit. It looks like maybe the 76. I know the 24 did. Jeff Gordon car, but he was a lap down.
What I'm starting to see here, Corey, is I don't think it's over aggressive driving or anything. Here, these cars look like they're on the edge, and any little bit of bump is kind of sending them around.
Yeah, and it was in the corner too where he bumped them, which he really shouldn't do, especially on the high side. If you bump in the corner on the high side, that's almost a given. It's about to be a wreck.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. So, see what happens here is we're getting down to the closing laps. Going to have probably about 16 to go when they go back green. Good run so far with all these guys.
Not looking good on the car count. Oh boy.
And folks, want to give you an update. Obviously we got the NFL playoffs going on. Hey, they always do that in racing. Give me an update. Got the Cleveland Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And right now, Cleveland is beating Pittsburgh 28-0. I was hoping Cleveland would win, and kind of excited for them.
I'm a football person.
You're not a football person?
But in the racing news, hold up, let me pull this up.
There is no racing news right now.
They're doing the Talladega Ice Bowl.
Oh, okay. What with the Chili Bowls coming up too?
Chili Bowl's coming up. You got the Arizona race out there, out west on the dirt.
Oh, yeah. So it seems like a lot of the tracks are starting to open back up. That's good, hopefully, because, well, as everybody said, I hoped that 2021 was going to be a better year, but it's already starting out to be, who knows. But green flag, we're back racing. Let's see what we can come here to close this one out as Josh Cooley, the man up front now. And remember, old Hunter's still there, and you've got Mark Whitley. Pretty much who's going to survive this one here tonight?
Yeah, pretty much. It's down to, it's getting down there. We're 16 laps to go, a little bit less, about 15 to go.
It is.
We're getting down to where you want to put yourself in that position to decide on when you want to slingshot engage and
that's
take that win.
You're right there too, and I usually chalk this place up to it's pretty much hang on, a little bit of luck involved, but you've got to be able to be, right now, like you said, you've got to be thinking about where I want to be at, and just to give kind of an idea, we're looking right here as Mark and Josh is trying to go to the front, and that's what they wanted to do right there. But you look where the 3 car is right now. If he was still right there, it looks like he's going to think about going high, but right now they're single file, so any one of these drivers up here could pretty much make a move. But if they're double file like they were in the back, you can take where either Mark or Josh would be, depending on who would be side by side. You know this, Corey. At some point, there's nothing you can do if you're down low, if there's a car beside of you. Really, because you can't go high, you can't cross the double line to pass. So at that point, you've got to be committed to pushing the guy in front of you, and hopefully y'all two get 1-2. Or you can maybe clear soon enough and maybe try to jump up high. As opposed to if you're up high, you do have that third lane to go to.
Yeah, and you have to have at least a person behind you in order to jump out and think about passing 2 of them if you're in the 3rd place.
Absolutely. Now, even so, right now, everybody's single file, and you're thinking about it. Let's like Josh sitting right there in 3rd place. Obviously, he's thinking about what do I got to do to get around those front 2 guys. He's got a couple things to think about. If he goes high, is the man behind him going to go with him there of Hunter? Or is he going to stay low and leave him out to dry because nobody's up top? If he can get a form and maybe start seeing a line come up to the top, he might decide to jump up there and go with those guys then. But right now, I always hated being in that position where he's sitting in right now.
And you don't want to be the leader, because if you take a look a little bit, Mark is kind of hanging back off the leader a good bit. That's a good half a car gap, if not a full. That's a full car gap between Josh and Mark.
You see the high lane coming, and just what I just said right there. Look what the 3 did. Well, he thought about it for a minute. Mark said, "No, you know what? Yeah, well, right there you got Mark said, you know what? If you're not going to go up there, man, Josh, I'm going to go up there and try it. But just like what I said earlier there, Corey, look what happened. As soon as Mark got up there, he didn't have help. Now he's got help coming. But if he wouldn't have help, he would have dropped, because it looks like Josh stayed down low.
If Josh stayed down low, what you seen there is Mark let Josh get out by himself by a good car length, and that kind of helped Mark a little bit, plus having 2 cars come up on the high side to try to push, but now Mark is being left out to dry after he pulled that little stunt. But it is a long race still. We got 12 laps to go.
And 12 laps, you might think that's not a lot, but on plate track it definitely is. 2.5 miles here. Riding here, you got Art Miller. Don't count him out. He's back there in that 15 machine, so you don't want to count none of these guys out back here. They're way back off, so any of them could take a dive to the front. You're going to start seeing these guys up front maybe jockey around a little bit more than what we're used to seeing to try to get in the groove, so maybe play a little bit more aggressive than what they were.
Now, what you don't want to do as a leader is let the guy behind you drag his brake and let you get a gap. You want him to be on your back bumper the entire time. Because if you get out by yourself, you're a sitting duck, and they'll form a train and box you right on in.
And here's the thing, you talk about that too. We hear this in real racing a lot. Leader or the guy in the front does more window driving than he does looking out his front view mirror. So I would have to say that Josh Jones right now is probably checking that rear view mirror there and looking at his relative a lot to see where Josh is. But right now he's got Mark coming on the high side. He's got to think about that for a minute, because he got 3 cars up there, and unless that 21 gets up there, oh, never mind, 35 machine there of who's a 35 machine? 95 machine there. Michael. He dropped down low to help him out.
Oh! Wide with flat cars.
Never mind.
There's contact, and there is a wreck. Oh, that was not good.
Well, you saw that start with the lap car. They split the lap cars. Those lap cars were, 2 of them were up high, but the one was down low. And then from there, nothing they could do. All the lap cars are usually supposed to go up high, but this one was trying to get out of the way down low. They just came up on them so fast. That was another thing. And right there, a lot of the top runners involved in that one. So caution out.
Jesse Fox, number 69, chat saying his view is crazy. Something.
That was that last wreck, yeah. One before this one. Well, that left Josh up front, Mark right there in second, Joshua sitting in third, Michael right there in the 4th place, and Hunter hanging on the 5th. Got a little bit of nose damage, but not. Oh, he might be okay. So, boy, I tell you, going to take us down to probably about 5 to go.
Yeah, and don't look now, Hunter, but your trunk's off.
All right.
See his fuel cell in there.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a pretty cool looking view of the fuel cell if you've never seen a fuel cell in a NASCAR stock car before.
All right. Well, what do you think here, Corey? Who do you think's going to survive this thing?
Well, I'm just hoping we got more than 3 cars on the lead lap.
Well, it's been like a typical, a Daytona. They've had some very good long green flag runs. Obviously, pace kind of picks up towards the end like we was talking before. So here we go.
Well, right now now, kind of looking 12 maybe on the lead lap. With not everybody with a good, clean car. Oh, would you look at? Hey, I think somebody was saving their faster pair, and I'm not going to give out a 21 number hint. But somebody saved their faster pair. And I think he's about to make his way up to the front.
Yes, he is. You've got Josh, Mark, and Josh, the other Josh, and Hunter Haywood right there, along with him, and Michael Yarrow. Top 5 drivers. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in. It's been a good one here tonight to kick the season off under the lights here. Daytona International Speedway for the Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series here. And you'll appreciate these guys. Let me do it. Would love to have done the whole series here for them. At least like a great group of guys and all that had some prior commitments. But we'll be here for maybe like the next 4 races. And then I think we're gonna hand it off over to Vine TV. So hopefully they do a good job for y'all and enjoy it. But I'm going to say we might not ever be back here at this Sim Racing Unleashed because these guys have put on a good show and it's been some really good racing so far.
Yeah, it's been good racing, and we're just getting right down to the action of it. We are going to have 5 to go when we get back green as the pace car has its lights shut off.
Now, if anybody in the league's watching or listening, let us know. Probably some of these questions I should have already asked. We already know the fast race. Green, white checkers. How many attempts do y'all do here? Every league is different. Some of them have unlimited. Some have 1 or 2. Some have 1 or 3 or 4 and so forth. So not really sure.
It says 1 green, white checkered.
Where you see that at?
Race and practice info.
Probably a good place I need to go look at then.
Yeah. Okay. Now, folks, if I didn't show up, Joe would have started the broadcast at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking, but I said 9 o'clock for some reason. I don't know why. Hey, I'm getting old. All right. Well, either way, we'll see what we got here. 1 fast fix, green, white. 1 green, white checkered. Okay, so that's, you know what? That's fitting. I mean, we'll have to see. That could play a factor here, too.
Very well could burn up a green, white checkered.
What's up, Dave? Says you think you'll watch it from here. All right. Well, I appreciate it.
It's Dave Bush.
Green, green.
Oh, okay.
As they go back green, restart. Could be the last restart.
We'll have to see. Depends on how much pressure they put on the front. You got Mark on the outside. He's got a push by Hunter. I think he's probably going to stay up there to see if he can't bring Hunter with him because I say that. Never mind. He clips the nose. He clipped the nose of Josh right there.
He almost clipped him. He was... you couldn't have fit a piece of paper between them.
Very
That's
close.
for sure.
Now, is this where Mark wants to be out front?
I don't think that's where Mark wants to be. I think that's where he thinks he wants to be, but I don't think that's where he should be.
You know, I look at this right here, Corey. If I was Mark, I think I would have stayed up high with Hunter and stayed up there as long as I could, running side by side, and then maybe towards the end, last lap or so, did that move that he did, because now he's kind of setting himself up. Now, still don't take anything away. He's fast, but we'll see what happens up front.
Yeah, see that move right there? I don't know if you're Hunter and you're going to help everybody else except for Mark.
Got a bump draft going on between Josh Cooley and Hunter. Bump drafting between Josh Cooley and Hunter. Well, actually, side drafting right there. They actually made a little contact.
Now, the question is, when does Josh Jones try to go up high? Because Hunter is already mad at Mark for leaving him dry, and he is going to help anybody and everybody that comes up top. Or he's going to help himself, and he is side drafting. I don't even think there's a couple cars, but they ain't really in the drafting range quite yet. There you go. Josh Jones up high. Mark almost through the block, but it didn't work. Down the back stretch here, 2x2, going in 3.
And here's the thing about that is I got to look. If I was Josh and Hunter up there, I would stay locked up top because they got help coming from the top lane. So I would try not to drop down. Remember, you don't have to pass the car. You just got to get your nose out in front of them to win this thing. So right now, Mark's got help low. Josh has got help up high, but I just feel like I wouldn't drop down, but, well, never mind. He's going to.
Josh back down left. He wanted the lead. I don't think that was a smart move. I would have stayed up high.
I would have, too. I mean, I'm with you on that one because you see Mark's going to get a good run and do a little bump draft right there, but I think I would have stayed up with Hunter if I was him because Hunter now is going to get that run. I understand that he wants to cut off, and, he understands that Mark down there is pretty fast and whatnot down on the bottom. But, I don't know.
2 to go this time by. We could get a caution still.
We could. They grab that white flag. I always say they could kill themselves. But just right there, you saw Mark jump up high, and I think that's what he wanted to do. Now let's see if Mark leaves Hunter out to dry. I think they should stay. Yeah, see, I just don't. Those moves. Now, don't get me wrong. Well, here, Corey. Oh, he turned him.
Oh,
he saved that car. Are you kidding? Never mind. No.
Hold up. Oh,
are you kidding? Wow. Wait a minute. Hold on a second here, Corey. Did we just see what we just saw right there? Those guys held on to those cars. That was a wreck. That was a wreck.
That was a wreck until it wasn't a wreck. And I don't think Mark's going to take kindly to this one.
Well, it's coming up on the last lap here, and he's got no help unless the car back behind him can get to him. White flag, doesn't matter what happens. This race will be official.
82's going to push Mark, and 3's going to push 21. It's pretty much going to be 2x2 all the way around this track. I don't know if the 82 has too much damage to actually help Mark, but here we go. Mark's going to set up a pass with Josh now. You watch that number 3 car.
Down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time here tonight. Out of it, single file here. As you've got Hunter, let's see if anybody's going to dive out of turn 4. Looks like they are. Hunter throws the block, but he's got a punch. Here comes Mark Whitley, but Hunter's going to pull it off.
Oh boy, photo finish for second at least.
Wow, what a finish to that one, man, folks, right there. Love it, but man, hats off to Hunter. Played the game good tonight. Was able to hold on to the win. Wow.
Didn't I say something about somebody saved their faster pair and they're coming up to the front earlier?
Man, what a finish to this one here. That was an awesome race. Can't get a few of these guys in here and get a word with them, but what a way to kick the season off here tonight. Trying to find some of the guys up here. Let's see if we got find Josh and Mark.
I don't see Josh. I don't see Hunter.
I don't see either one of them. What a race, man, Corey. I tell you, them guys right there at the end, wow. Especially the one lap before the white. That was a wreck. I mean, those guys, I got to be interested to hear from Mark what he was feeling. He was literally sideways in those turns.
Oh, yeah, they were.
We're waiting for him to jump up in here so we can get a word with him, man. I want to word with these guys. There's Mark. All right, well, I'll tell you what, we'll bring Mark down. Let's get a word with him in here, second place man.
Hey there, Mark. You got a copy on me?
Oh, yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Well, man, what a wild finish that was. Let me know how that was going through in your brain.
Well, the whole race was, just kind of trying to avoid crashes, and I somehow, through the skin of my teeth, avoided 2 of them and gotten another one, but I had a faster pair. The last 5 laps, I was trying to be in the lead and just try to control both lanes, and eventually I got past there, but I think it was with 2 to go. Somebody got underneath me and got me sideways, and I have zero idea how I kept that thing going straight and was able to just keep with the leaders, because I thought I was wrecked like 3 times, and I kept it going. I never let off the gas and had enough momentum and came up 1 spot short. But I mean, after almost completely getting dumped with 2 to go, I'll take it, because that was a crazy wild finish.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. We were calling crash and no crash and crash again. But anyways, you got anybody to thank out there tonight?
Oh, yeah, my teammates at Driven Motorsports, Joseph, Miller, all of them helping me out throughout the race. My mom and dad, they're probably tuning in on the broadcast. My wonderful fiance for putting up all my shenanigans when after race. And got to thank the broadcast guys and the viewers. I mean, it's putting on a show for y'all to start the season.
Yeah, good job, man. Thanks.
Said right there, what a wild one and a wild finish, and that's about as close as you can become to not wrecking without wrecking, basically. And I still don't see Josh up in the here, so you know what?
No, I don't see it, Josh.
All right, well, we'll tell you what, let's bring up our winner here tonight, Hunter. Joe White in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, what a wild one here. Typical Daytona style race. You were up front, in the back. I caught up in a few ones, but man, take us through those last couple laps, because that was some wild racing.
Wow, I can't even. Wild racing is like an understatement. That was insane. I mean, we didn't really qualify too well for this race. I'm usually pretty good qualifying in these tracks, but then I kind of got back 10th place. I think I qualified, and we made our way up to the front early. And then the green flag stops. We got a strategy going, and then that first caution came out, stuck me a lap down because I got caught speeding down pit road. And so I was lapped down for a lot of that race, and then I came back all the way from the back to the front again, and then wrecks. And then so I knew I was in the dilemma at the end where I was like 4th place. Then I was kind of stuck in that top line, and then everyone behind me just started wrecking, and that car, the 76 in front of me, a Jones, wrecked. And I mean, half the field behind me then got taken out, so it was kind of a duel between me, the 77, and the 3. And I don't know how I did it. I just knew that I wasn't going to let anybody by me on that last lap, and that's what happened.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, it definitely was, like you said, a duel there. It was awesome to see coming down, and again, crazy wild finish. Definitely one of those plate style races, but you stayed up front. You pulled it off here with the season opener here for the Simracing Unleashed at Daytona. Got anybody you want to shout out for this awesome win?
Yes, sir. All my family out there watching. I love for all your support for watching out there. My teammates, Dave Bush, Jason Anderson, and Steven Stimpian, Smoke Inc. Everybody hopes this team become who they are and win in week and week out. So that's incredible. I can't believe we won at a restricted plate track. I'm much better at non-restricted tracks, but I'll take it. That is one way to kick off a season, especially when all that drama with all the wrecks and going back to the front. So, and thank you all for broadcasting these races. I know we lost our broadcaster last season, and now we got y'all, and y'all seem incredible right now. And thank you.
Hey, man, I tell you what, it was fun and exciting to watch out there. You guys get it done to kick off here at Daytona. And like you said, it's always good to put in victory lane. Again, congratulations there, Hunter.
Sir, you have a good night.
All right, man, there you go, Hunter Haywood. And I'll tell you what, we got a 3rd place man up here, Corey. Josh, bring him down here. Let's get a word in with him.
Hey there, Josh. You got a copy on me?
Hey, man, I got you.
Well, you came home 3rd tonight after that crazy ending of a race. What was going through your mind through that?
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I just started in the back, and I figured I'd take what we could get, and turned out we were in a position at the end to run up front. And Hunter threw a blocky he needed to throw there at the very end to get it done. So congrats to him.
Yeah, man, it was pretty wild up here in the booth with us two, and we thought you all were going to crash each other and not crash and then crash again. But, I mean, yeah, good job on third and good smart moves. And anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, thank you guys for broadcasting, of course, and then SRU for putting on the league. Then we got CRT small engine repair on the car tonight, and yeah, it's just a good way to get started here in this league. Is top three is always a good day.
Well, there you have it, folks. Your third place man, Josh Coley.
Guys,
Awesome run, man, by there, Josh. Definitely pulling it home in third place. A good run by him. A good run by all these guys here tonight. I mean, we had some good long green flag runs and, a few cautions here and there and some great battles out there left and right. Any final thoughts on this one?
Crazy.
There you go. That's one way to sum it up. I mean, definitely was a wild one here to finish it out and to kick off the season here at Daytona for the Sim Racing Unleashed. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Till next time here, myself and Corey, everyone, have a good night.